Hello, hello, hello. Everybody, I need to hear y'all. Make sure y'all awake. Make some noise. All right, all right, all right. So, as my brother Dewey the Don said, my name is Tony T-Rep Benton Jr., and I'm super, super excited to be here with you today. I'm sure you're wondering, why does this dude have on a lab coat? Why is he wearing these glasses? Let you see the back? Oh, you mean that? This right here, today, I will be your moderator for this panel, but I will also be what you can call Professor Spark. Professor Spark is a disruptivator because the definition of a disruptivator is someone who uses their spark and their passion to make a disruptive innovation in making the world a better place. Can I get an amen? Amen. All right, now, are y'all ready to go ahead and get it started? Yeah. Well, I have one more announcement. In addition to me being Mr. Spark, a Usher's New Look MIT, also a broadcast journalism major at Georgia State University, I have decided to be a disruptivator by creating my own media source. So the Rep Zone is the name of my media source, and what it is we do entertainment, politics, news, fashion, sports, all those different type of things. So by using my spark within journalism to make the world a better place, I want to put a good check mark on this world of journalism, all right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started by bringing out my wonderful, wonderful panelists. I would like to start off with first, you may have seen him on Vine, you may have seen him on Instagram, you may have seen him on YouTube, you may have seen him on Musical.ly. He does a mean Erykah Badu. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Jay Versace.
Hi, everyone.
Next, we have coming to the...
Okay. Huh? No.
Okay. All right. Next, we have coming to the stage Miss Vanessa Wilson, also known as the Crafty Gemini. Miss Crafty Gemini here has over 365,000 YouTube subscribers and has received in all over 36 million views. Please give it up for Miss Crafty Gemini. Now, I'm sure we all, with our friends, we have special handshakes that we may do. You know, you've got to identify, you know, that's your person, that's your homie, right? So here we have coming to the stage, he's known as the handshake teacher. So you may have seen on social media, because the video is viral, a teacher who has given each one of his students their own custom handshake. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the handshake teacher, Mr. Barry White, Jr.
Appreciate it, bro.
Disruptivators, can you please give it up for my wonderful panel right here? Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and jump into it. First, I would like for each and every one of you, this is for all of you, I would like to know, and you can give a maybe short introduction about yourself in the answer, but how did you get started within your career? Like, how did you find the pathway? How did you get started? Let's start with our handshake teacher right over here.
Definitely. Well, I'm from Queens, New York, so you know I'm ready. Exactly. So pretty much growing up, I didn't really know I wanted to be a teacher. I mean, coming out of New York, I wanted to play basketball. So, you know, my whole thing was finessing, you know, go to Rucker Park, things like that. So when I moved to South Carolina, or I went to college in South Carolina, and I realized I wasn't really as big or had as much hops as the South Carolina kids here, I said I need a plan B. So pretty much my parents pushed me into, well, you know, growing up, you've been doing a little mentoring, you've done a little program, so try this out. So I tried it out, you know, just trying to figure out what I want to do. I went to Clemson a couple of times, internships, and from there I pretty much fell in love with it. I said, you know, okay, I like having authority, you know, over another child, or them looking up to me and be able to have some type of impact on them. So from there, I say, you know what, I'm going to stick with this. And, I mean, it's probably been the best decision I made thus far, teaching.
All right. Our Crafty Gemini.
So for me, it kind of was kind of twofold. One is I kind of just happened, and two is because out of necessity, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a 1-year-old that was pregnant with the second. And I really wanted to both stay home and raise my kids and homeschool them, but then I also had a law degree. So, you know, it's like people, you went to law school, so it's like go ahead and start your career. So it was a way for me to kind of figure out how to take things that I was good at and things that I loved and kind of create my own career path so that I could live the lifestyle that I wanted. And so for me, the way I got into YouTube was actually I taught in person. And a lot of people would ask me to teach the same class over and over again. And if any of you have more of a creative mindset, you know, we kind of like a new challenge. We like new things. I don't like to make the same project 20 times. So I was like, okay, I'll teach people how to do it. Well, then everybody was like, I want the same class offered every week. And I was over it. So my husband says, well, why don't we videotape you creating that one project and put it up on YouTube? So when people ask you about that or about that class, send them to the YouTube video. That way, I only ever had to make it once, and as long as it was videotaped, I was done.
Where were they when I needed teachers? I'm confused. Please give it up for our crafty Gemini. Jay?
Can y'all hear me? Oh. With me is, I came from Pleasantville, New Jersey, a small town, and I was in like high school. I didn't know what I was going to do. I think I was going to do like photography or something. And I literally saved up for an iPod because I was broke. And when I got the iPod, like I started downloading apps. I downloaded Vine, and I just started acting a fool on there because I didn't have friends. So I just started acting, and then people just was like, "We like you." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep doing it." And then that's when it just went so big, where I end up like noticing like maybe I want to start doing acting. So I saved up, moved to California, and started acting, and now I'm just trying to act, so that's my career. I didn't know I was going to do this, but that's my career.
Now, each and every one of you, you know, you've got it's so many views that you've gotten on, you know, your platforms, videos. What trials have you guys, you know, reached? What trials have you had to go through this journey of fame, or through this journey of, you know, being virtually famous?
Start with me.
Let's start on this end this time.
With me, not only am I a black homosexual male, but I'm outspoken. I'm in my own lane. You know, I run my own show. So, you know, my mouth, like the things, like it's already targets at me. So then me being outspoken is just like, I don't know. So it's like people like really, you know.
Just coming at you.
They come at me constantly. And my trials to that is not realizing that I can't make everybody happy. Like, everybody's not gonna like you. Everybody's not gonna think you're funny. Everybody's not gonna like what you're doing. So I have to keep reminding myself that throughout this whole thing. So.
That's good, that's good, that's good, yeah.
Now, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because for something like what you're saying that you do, you're putting yourself out there, you're doing like funny stuff and things that already kind of, with the world of social media, you're already like this big target and you have a bullseye on you. Now, people think that maybe in certain scenarios or certain genres of stuff that happens to you. I teach people how to sew and quilt. Like, could you even imagine a troll writing a comment on something where I'm trying to teach you a life skill? Like, I'm doing nothing but trying to help you for free. You know what I'm saying? And I still get trolls. So if any of you, you know, trying to go that route of online, the internet, social media, just know that it doesn't matter. I mean, you could be teaching somebody how to cook, which I do in plenty of my videos, and still, they try you. The trolls are there, and I'm thinking, when I first started, that was one of my biggest things to overcome. I'm very much naturally a people pleaser. So I'm thinking, here I am helping people for free. You're not going to a class. You can access my videos as many times as you want to. And I would remember thinking, reading these comments, like, what did I do to you, dude? Like, just like, skip the video, go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
it's like, I'm teaching you how to make bread. How can you try somebody that's trying to teach you that? I never really understood it. And it really, I got to kind of this breaking point where it was like, am I gonna let these trolls and these nasty comments get to me enough that I'm gonna shut down completely what it is that I wanna do? Or am I really gonna just bank on the thousands and thousands of positive comments for the people that I'm helping, people that are overcoming all kinds of loss and destruction and stuff that they've have had happen to them, right? And so that's really was a turning point for me in my career where I was like, maybe this YouTube thing is not for me. Like, you gotta have super thick skin to be on blast. And like I'm saying, it doesn't matter what you do, because I teach people how to sew. Like, how can you, it's ridiculous. It's out there, and the internet gives people wings. So I would say that for me was one big thing, is getting over the trolls and the haters, because they're always gonna be there. And then two was really having enough confidence in myself to think that I could do this. So when I would create a video or I would make a project, my husband would say, let's film that. That would be a good tutorial. And I'd say, dude, there's like a million of these same tutorials. There's Pinterest, there's blogs. Nobody wants to see me do it. And he would, I mean, it took him years of like telling me, they don't care about the project, they just want to see you on the camera teaching them the project. And it took me years to finally have enough confidence in myself to be like, yeah, you know what, it doesn't matter that there's 30 other tutorials on the same thing. I have an actual audience that is interested in me and in my teaching style. So those were the two main things that I had to overcome for myself.
With me, it was pretty much similar to what they're saying. One of the main things I had to figure out was it's okay to be different. Like being a black male educator, elementary, you know, I'm looked at as, oh, the big strong guy. He's going to discipline the kids. They're going to be act straight when we send it to him. If they have any trouble, they don't really expect me to be animated, be creative, be innovative, to start doing all these different things within the classroom, because they want me to be, you know, in one box. So I had to really figure out, like they said, kind of block out the naysayers, because there'd be teachers that walking by looking at their watch like, you just wasted 15 minutes doing handshakes. Get in there and teach. Like, I'm looking at them like, all right, but it's impactful. It means something to them. So, you know, I do things like, I got a basketball hoop in my classroom. They come by, what you playing basketball for? The kids like it. Like, so it's like, you know, just different things like that, being innovative and making sure that I'm not being deterred away from my vision. You really got to see your vision, stay the course, because there's always going to be people that's not going to agree with you, that's not going to like what you're saying or like what you're doing, because they want it done a certain way that they're used to doing. So it's really like, I think with it's human nature. I can have millions of supporters, comments, all the videos, and those 5 or 6 people that got something negative say, I'm looking through their profile. Like, well, you ugly. It don't really matter what you're saying. It's like, you're going to focus on the ones that's, you know, negative. I think that's what I had to get away from. Like, those 5 or 6, don't worry about it. And then at the end of the day, let's be real. If you really love around America and you do something positive, Black Twitter take care of that for you. They you know, people on the end, they'll take care of that for you. Or Black America, it doesn't matter. They got your back. So people going to have your back. You don't necessarily have to focus on your energy on that. So that was just pretty much one of the biggest things for me, was just make sure I stay the course. I know what I'm doing. I know my vision. I know that this is going to help my kids. And I just pretty much stuck with it.
And I think that it's very good, you know, to have those few haters, you know, to have those few trolls. If you don't have haters, then what you doing, you know? If you don't have people hating on you, wondering why you doing this, why you doing that, then you're not doing nothing to hate on.
Real.
So have your haters, have your 2, 3 haters, just don't let them get to you. So I applaud each and every one of you for not letting your haters and your trolls and these people get to you. Now, with you having such a strong social media presence, you know, you also have your personal life. How do you guys, and how important is it to keep that good personal brand as well as that public brand on social media?
I'll take it.
Let's start with you first.
So for me, my brand, The Crafty Gemini, is me. There is no separation between my personal life and my business life. So over time, my brand has just become my entire lifestyle. So it's kind of relatable in a sense to people, because I'm like a mom that has a law degree, could have been a lawyer, but she homeschools her kids. She lives on an organic farm. It's just like they can't fit me into a box, okay? And so it's over time just melded into this whole thing where people are just interested and intrigued in my entire lifestyle. So for me, one of the main, I would say, comments that I get from people when they meet me in real life, say they've been followers for years, they're like, dude, you're like the same like you are in your videos. And I'm like, because I'm the same person. There is no way that I could fake it for over 400 and something videos, over 9 years. Trust me, the internet knows everything you said. They'll be like, 7 years ago in that one video you said this, so how come you switching it up today? I'm 100% real. Exactly how I am here today is how I am in a business meeting, is how I am on camera. And for me, I just have to keep it 100% exactly who I am. And really what that does is just makes it a lot easier for me as a brand and as a business, because I don't have to try to be faking it or remembering, oh, what was that one that I did? What was that? I'm just who I am, and everything that I do instructional videos on, and I teach people and I talk to them about what it is that I do in my daily life.
All right. I definitely agree. You don't want to have a fake persona like online or whatever you're doing, and then somebody see you in the street or just outside of that and like, yo, you totally different people. However, I will say this. I'm a teacher, so of course, as a role model, I want to be impactful to the youth, my students, want to serve as that light for them. At the same time, I'm 26 and I'm very much a part of the culture, so I like to have fun. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, sit here and say, I don't go out with my friends, I don't do some of the things that you all do. I do. However, the only difference is I'm mindful of what I post or what I put up. So it's the same way I'm posting me in the classroom, impacting youth and doing lessons with my students. I'm not necessarily going to post me with a Hennessy bottle in my hand. I'm not going to do all that. Like, it's not that's kind of conflicting what I'm standing for. So as long as you're comfortable with who you are, you don't have to always worry about, dang, well, I don't really want to go to this party because what if I get seen there and I'm having fun, and then they're going to look at me like, well, you teaching my kids. Be comfortable and just know who you are. When you know who you are, your self-identity, and you're comfortable with your skin, you know what you stand for, you don't really have to worry about conflicting areas or personas. It's just your platform, use it, utilize it, be positive, be impactful in your personal life. Have fun. Do what you do. Just be mindful of what you put up, because now you got a platform, you got people watching. So they're going to judge you regardless. You're going to get judged regardless, whether it's right or wrong, positive, negative. There's always going to be something. So just really, if you're comfortable with who you are, you can live with yourself.
With me, what you see on the internet is what you get right here. I do the same exact things. I act a fool. Well, not a fool, but like, y'all see, like, but I just literally do the exact same thing. And I'm just I'm making a brand from just living my life. And it's just like, I don't know. It's just, okay. I mean, if y'all.
Just doing you.
Yeah, I'm just doing me, And if y'all want to do y'all, then do y'all.
Hashtag do you, right?
Facts.
Now, this next question, Ms. Wilson, Jay, what would you say is one of your favorite videos that you may have posted?
Ooh.
I want to hear this too. It's a curveball question. They wasn't ready for this one. One of your favorite videos. So whether it was a cooking, whether it was, somebody get this man.
I'm thinking.
Or just one of them. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be your favorite, just one of them. Or one of your most impactful videos. How about that?
Impactful. Oh, well, one of them, because I have like thousands of them, because I make videos every day. But one of them is when Frank Ocean didn't put his album out. I was really upset. Like, that was genuine me being upset. Like, so I grabbed my Twitter, opened the app, and started recording, and I just went off, like, and that just went super viral. Everybody was like, oh, we feel the same way. And I just had a moment, like, I just knew, like, I love doing this, like.
So for me, I would say some of my favorite videos to post on my channel are what I call like farm updates, where I'm just like out there grinding on the farm in the heat of Florida, and some of the older ones, I have like a newborn baby on my back and a 2-year-old, and he's helping me dig in the garden, and people are just like, you just keep it too real. Like, seriously, she's not even worried about sweating, looking a mess in some like farm shorts, dirty boots, and all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, this is how I live. This is what I do, and what would I be to just be on camera showing from like a face up here with a little makeup on, cute hair, and just chit-chatting like that? If I'm telling y'all I live on a farm, I'm gonna show you that side of it too. So I would say some of those farm updates where you get to see like the chickens and the ducks and the cows and all that stuff hanging around are some of my favorite personally.
Yeah, she said a farm.
Yeah. But then another one that actually kind of was like a moment, like you were saying, that you were like, yeah, I really love to do this. For me, was kind of like, you know what, I really am good at this. I would say would have to be my how to make bread from scratch video. How many videos you think people from Food Network Star and professional chefs have on YouTube on how to make bread? And my video is number one. Like seriously, I'm like me in my dining room table, kneading dough, going over ingredients, and the video, people love it. It's always my number one video. And I'm like, there's like professional chefs on here and people like my video and my way of doing it. So that for me was kind of a moment of like, you know what, I am good at this and people like it.
So just so we know for our health conscious people, is it wheat bread? Is it
It
white
is, it's
bread?
an old school video. I'm gluten free these days, but you know. At least it doesn't have all the extra additives and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah. Eventually I'll get to like a sourdough, sprouted wheat berry one, you know. But yeah, I'm into like all organic everything. So that for me today, I'm like, my husband's like, yo, you don't even make bread. I'm like, shut up, the people love it. The people the people that do love it, okay?
Awesome.
But it is,
awesome.
it's just another way of doing it yourself and cutting out the additives and stuff like that, yeah.
Great. Now, Barry, Vanessa, what would you say has been one of the biggest risks that you've had to take within your career? Jay say no.
For me, one of the biggest risks I would have to say is trusting myself and having the confidence to go all in. And really, I could not be like where I am today and have made the business that I have and the brand without my husband. So what I would encourage everybody to do if you're trying to do something out there outside of the box and risky is have some type of support system. If you don't have a support system, because I didn't before, listen, my husband is the one that got me to where like the brand and telling you like have confidence, you can do this. And so really having a law degree and in my head thinking, man, I hate this, but I'm gonna have to be an attorney, okay? Even though I hated it. And for those of you wondering why would I go to law school if I hated it, my bachelor's is in anthropology. You can't do nothing with a BA in anthropology. So I had to go to grad school and it was like a master's, an MBA or a law degree. And I figured law school sounds like it has more pull. Hopefully I'll figure something out along the way. That was my thinking. I'm the child of immigrants, and my mom is like, education, education, education. You would call and complain, and she'd say, get another degree, get a PhD. And I'm like, boo, who's gonna pay for this? Me. No, I can't get another degree. I hate this, right? And so my husband basically gave me the okay to not practice law. He said, if you don't like it, you don't wanna do it, don't do it, right? And if you don't have somebody that's supportive to support your goals and really your aspirations and can see beyond what's currently in front of you, it's really hard, even your own self mentally, to keep yourself from blocking your own self, really. And so for me, not forcing myself, because I mean, I was ready to go into it and just be like, oh, I'm just gonna have to do this and be miserable. Not going the route that I thought I was supposed to go through, that everybody tells me that I should go through, that everybody around you, you know, your family and everybody's like, oh, you have a law degree. Like, be an attorney so I can tell people that my niece or my daughter is a lawyer. You know what I mean? Like all those outside factors playing into your own life decisions. I would say that for me, risking all that and putting all that aside to really follow my true voice and my true passion and having the support of my husband was really what got us to where we are today.
Awesome.
Big.
Awesome.
Probably the biggest risk for me was just one, seeing my vision and following through, because I can be, at the same time, I can be innovative, creative, inspiring students, getting them pumped up, come my classroom, it's fun every day, everybody have a good time. But if it don't work, at the end of the day, if the results are not in, I could be out of a job. So it's like, I really had to make sure that what I stuck with was what I was gonna follow through no matter what. Like, I can't do it for a week, 2 weeks, and then stop because I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. I had to make sure, okay, now I'm gonna do this for another month. Now I'm gonna do it for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I'm doing this the entire school year. And kind of, you see when you're being consistent at something that no matter, you know, what's the expected outcome, you will see they start to buy into it. People start to buy into you. So then I started to get support from my administrators, started to get support from other teachers like, you know what, I'm gonna try that too. And then it became a thing to where now you got a recipe for success because you was consistent, right? So you always that's one parent. The biggest thing with me is making sure I stay consistent and not, I didn't just, you know, falter when I had a few bumps in the road, because that can happen. Easily you can see it not working for a week or two, and you, oh, I don't want to do this no more. You stay consistent all the way throughout, you know your vision, stay consistent with it, then you'll see success, you can live with it, pretty much.
Come on, consistency. Come on.
The biggest thing with me was moving out of my mom's house in New Jersey to LA by myself. Like, in January of like, what year is it?
17.
It's 2017.
In January of 2016, like, everything was going good, the video was going good, and I was like, but I was still broke. And I was like telling my mom, like, when I wouldn't do something, I don't know, I make a way. Like, and I told my mom in January, everybody was making their New Year's, what's it called, Revelation?
Resolution.
No, oh yeah, New Year's resolution. And I told my mom, like, my New Year's thing is, I'm going to move to LA. And she just laughed at me. And I was like, wow, like, really? And then I went to school, and, like, I told all my friends, like, bye, y'all, like, this, like, even though I was broke, they know. I was like, bye, y'all, I'm moving to LA. And they was just, like, all laughing. Like, they was like, nobody, like, took me serious. So then it just made me think, like, I hate when people underestimate me. Like, oh, you don't think I could do it? Watch. Like, so what I did was, like, I don't know, like, I just seen what people like seeing me do with my videos. Like, I was experimenting with everything, like, just doing a whole bunch of just dumb stuff every single day, posting videos, just trying to see what they like, what goes, like, what do they want to see? And then, like, it was around May, and I was just like, okay, they don't want to see nothing. Like, they don't, I should just give up. Like, I'm staying in New Jersey. And then I had just started, that's when I started with the Trillers. Like, I had made a Triller, Erykah Badu, like, and Anita Baker, like, that stuff, the lip sync videos. I had started that. Literally, I came from, like, getting, like, 100 or something followers a day to, like, 20,000 followers a day. And I was like, oh, my God. And then, like, business stuff started coming in. People was like, oh, we want to pay you to do this, do that. I said, okay, like, and mind you, this was in May. And somehow, by the end of June, I was in LA. Like, I was just in LA. Doing me. Now I'm here.
Wow, Jay. Awesome, awesome. So that just shows that when you see the vision, when you tell yourself that you can do it, and when you know that you can do it, then nothing else can stop you. Continue. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. I know us ushers, New Look kids, we go through a lot. We go through a lot, but we know and we've learned through New Look that you are able to continue to push and you are able to continue to drive and be the disruptivator that they know that we can be. Am I right? And since I just got to take a pause. I love my ushers New Look so much. Can I get a hey?
Hey! Ushers New Look, that's so you know. Can somebody text me the lyrics to that? Oh my God.
Y'all got them?
I want to start saying that.
Everybody go to J Page and just type the whole chant. Okay, well, she's sliding in your DMs with the chant. She gonna slide in right, just scoosh. So, now with you guys, you know, being on obviously social media, what advice would you give those who are starting YouTube channels, starting, you know, trying to do blogs and trying to do this, you know, these different things on social media, you know, like you've already spoken on handling the attacks, handling the trolls, but being able to just get started. What advice would you give these individuals? So get your phones out and record this.
Can I go?
Yeah, go for it.
Wait. Okay. The advice I have to give, which not a lot of people say this, but I think you should really have your mental state together before you go on social media because, like, I don't know, like, you should just be very confident with yourself, be very stubborn, like, not stubborn like bad, stubborn, good, stubborn, like, I'm gonna keep doing this, I don't care what nobody says, like, that type of mentality. Creatively, you know, gotta have that together. What's it called when you keep doing it? Oh, consistency. You gotta have consistency ready. You gotta have everything ready. Like, pack up like you about to go on a trip. Because when you go out there, you're going into a big world. Like, this is like, you're putting yourself out there in front of a whole bunch of people that you don't know. And you're just letting your life out there. And you're just giving people a reason to influence, like, you could easily, like, be influenced. So you gotta be ready for that. You really have to be confident and do it, because if you go out there and not confident, it could literally just, it could tear you apart and literally make you depressed. So know if you want to do it or not, do it, and have fun,
Great. Awesome. Oh, my bad, I cut you off.
Oh, you can go.
Go ahead, Gemini.
So for me, I would say going to this whole consistency thing and being yourself, having confidence. I think one of the things that I like to tell a lot of up-and-coming entrepreneurs, students, and people that have these ideas that know what they want to do something, but they're kind of trying to figure out where exactly to go. For me, one of the things that I would recommend is first, go back and talk to your childhood teachers, neighbors, parents, and ask them, what were you good at when you were a kid? Before all these other outside influences took a toll on you or kind of tried to mold you in one direction. So for me, I'll give you the example. I was always a narrator at every school play. 3rd grade, narrating Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. That was me. I always just stood up in front of people and talked. So that's some of the things, that I was naturally good at. If you can pick out the things that you're naturally good at, you already have a leg up on people who are trying to do that, because you can't teach that, right? Whatever it is that you're naturally good at, you can get better at it, but you don't have to learn it from the beginning. Second thing is, figure out what you love to do. If somebody were to tell you, if I could pay you, if you could make a living doing this one thing, what would it be? And I think where you connect those two, your natural talents with what you love and you're passionate about, if you put those two together and create that space, the career path, whatever it is that you want to go in, it helps, because if you love what you do and you're already bringing some skills and talents to the table that naturally come to you, I think you're going to be already one step ahead of everybody else. So for me, teaching, learning, and I just love to make stuff, whether it's cooking, woodworking, whatever. And luckily, I was able to kind of create my own career path and make a living from it. So like Jay said, he just lives his life, right? The same thing I do. I make a living just living my life. And I think that's what everybody's goal is, right? Wouldn't we all like to wake up in the morning, do something we love, and pay the bills? So think about that, okay? Your natural talents and what you're passionate about, and see where they can cross so that you can kind of delve into that arena to pursue whatever your entrepreneurial or career path is.
And I would say definitely to piggyback off them, definitely have your mental state, have that mental capacity, and then find out what you're naturally good at, but also have a plan too. Make sure you know exactly what it is you want to do it, how you want to do it. Once you figure out what you're naturally good at, get about 2 or 3 people that that's going to ride with you no matter what, that's going to be mentally tough with you, and sit down and plan out, okay, you know what, I want to start blogging, so I'm going to have this content on it. Or I want to do these Instagram posts every Wednesday. Start something that's going to become something that you're known for. So when you're beginning anything or building anything, you want to be known for that reason. So whether it's blogging, Instagram posting, Twitter, oh, that's the person that does these videos, or that's the person that does this. The main thing about that is staying consistent. And how you make sure you're consistent, have a plan. On Monday, I'm going to post this. Wednesday, I'm going to post this. Friday is going to be this day. And it seemed like it's a lot of work for social media when you got a whole bunch of real life issues going on. But it'll pan out eventually, because you eventually people will accept what you do. Oh, this is so-and-so, so that's just them being them. So it won't be necessarily so much negativity. It just be something that you're known for. And because you got a plan, you don't really have to worry about any of the other stuff affecting what you do in your regular life.
Awesome, awesome. Y'all, please give it up for my wonderful panel. Now, do we have time for questions?
Yes, we do. We'll have about 7 to 8 minutes now for questions.
All right, so I think how we're gonna do it is our beautiful Talia over here. Talia has the mic. She also goes to Georgia State. So I guess it's just they raise their hand and you go to them? All right, so if you have any questions for anyone, let's please try to keep it to one question, and if you can, direct it to one person.
We also have mics in the back, so if you're further in the back, there's a volunteer right here in the blue shirt, so he has a mic as well.
And
one over to this side.
you never waste an opportunity when you got good people like this. You want to pick their brains and soak their knowledge, as well as one way to make yourself very memorable, sticking out to people, is by asking a good question. I always tell people it's 3 impressions you can leave: positive, negative, or the one which I call is the worst, is none at all. So I should see some hands. Thank you.
Yeah, we're right here in front.
Hi, my name is LaShawn Bloomfield, and I'm from Europe. My question is for Jay. I'm a YouTuber, and I wanted to know, how do you get your views and your followings to turn into revenue, and can I get a thumbnail today?
Wait, what was the last thing you said?
A thumbnail was the last thing, but how do you turn your views and your followings into revenue?
So, it just happened like, okay for YouTube. I think when you just keep doing it and like, find what people like to see the most and you keep doing that, and then your views go up, and then somehow you work the thing out, like you put your information in, and then they just start sending money. They do. They just start sending money. And wait, what other question was it?
Can she get
Oh,
a
I was
thumbnail?
wondering, can I get a thumbnail for my YouTube channel from you?
Can you get a thumbnail?
Yes.
What that mean?
That means take a picture with
Oh,
me
yeah.
for a thumbnail.
When you gonna take it?
After.
All right, our next question. You had a question up here in the front? Okay.
Hi, my name is Denise Ann Shields. I'm from the Atlanta chapter. Okay. My question is for, Jay Versace, I'll direct it to you. It was kind of similar to hers, so I'll ask another one. The stone on your wrist, does that mean something to you? And because I know a lot of people use them for like spirituality to, keep themselves mellow and things like that. So I want to know, what does that mean to you and how has that helped you through your walk?
So like with me, because a lot of people ask me about it, but I don't know if people want to hear. I don't know. I be so mixed up because I don't want to influence what I do on somebody else. Because with spiritual stuff, like I don't like to mix that, like, right? But basically, like, okay, I'm gonna just say a basic one, like a crystal called the clear quartz. Like that's basically like to, what's that word start with an E? No. When you
Empower, elevate.
It's
It's a word that start with an E. It's a word that start with an E.
like when you boost it, like boost.
Enhance.
Oh yeah, enhance. So like, it's supposed to like, basically, that's one other thing I didn't say. When I started my spirituality, like, that's when I started making videos, and I feel like that helped me get where I wanted to go, like manifesting. You start learning about all of that, and then like crystals, they help, like they strengthen it. So like with the clear quartz, it's enhancing your spiritual, how you feel, like it's enhancing that. And then you get some sage, you burn it, you burn on the crystal, and you just go out there, you just feel better, like knowing that you got it on you. I mean, another thing is, it won't work if you don't believe in it. If you actually believe in it, then it works. Like, I've literally changed my life because of it. Like, but for people who don't believe in it, it literally doesn't work. It doesn't work for them. Like, so yeah, that's just how it.
Two more questions.
Hi, my name is Naela. I'm from the Milwaukee chapter, but I went to school in New York. I have a question for you, Vanessa. So when you decided that you didn't want to use your law degree and you did what you wanted to do, did you feel like results came in right away from like having your own farm, or did you have to like push through it? And if so, how did you do it?
So nothing really happens overnight unless you're like viral sensations like these guys. So yeah, I have followers on YouTube, but it's been the long haul. I've been posting videos on YouTube since '09, right? So for me, and going back to, I guess, some of these questions about monetizing the YouTube videos, one of the things that if you're planning to get on YouTube is to look into the YouTube Partner Program. They made some changes recently as of April. You need to have, like, the channel has to be open for like 30 days. You gotta have at least 100 subscribers and 10,000 views overall, whatever videos you post on your channel, and then you can submit it for review. So YouTube will review it, and then you're able to, they'll tell you whether or not that you can monetize them. By that I mean that they will automatically play ads on your video so that you can make money from it, okay? Unless you have their kind of views per video type of stuff, you're not gonna be able to live off of YouTube ad revenue, right? And so for me, early on, I knew that this was something I wanted to do, but I had bills to pay, I have kids, you know? So I started reaching out to companies, and this is something that y'all wanna look at, regardless of your little niche that you're going into. Reach out to companies that feature, you know, that products that you already use and love, and I would tell them like, hey, I have this many thousands of followers, I use your product already, why don't you pay me? I'll make a specific video or project around this product, and here's my little contract, and that's the good thing with my law degree. I draft all my own contracts and agreements and stuff. And so I would send it to them and say, like, you pay me this much, and I'll plug it to this many people. And that was one revenue stream. Over time, and with the internet, I was able to create my own revenue streams to where I have maybe, I don't know, 12 or 14 different revenue streams that allow me to make money coming in from a bunch of different areas so I can still focus on what I'm going. So it's not overnight, but like he mentioned earlier, the more you keep at it, consistency, being persistent, and reaching out, little things kind of start to fall in place. For me, it was back in 2011, I won a YouTube contest. They were looking for people who had up-and-coming YouTube video creators who had the next big, who had the potential to be the next big thing. And they gave us 35 grand each to build our brand. And so off of that, then I was featured on 2020, on the New York Times and stuff, and that's when I was kind of like, okay, this is legit. I think I could turn this into a business. And I just kind of took it from there to the point where, I mean, we retired my husband from his 9-to-5 job at 35. So now it's literally a family business. So now we're both home, we homeschool our kids, and we make a living, you know, doing what we do.
Wow. And just to piggyback off of that, I think that, you know, you having that law background, but not necessarily going into law is still good. So, you know, just saying whether or not it's social media, online, social injustice, know the law. You have to know the law. Because if you don't know the law, what do you have to stand on?
And keep your options open. You know, I mean, if you're going one path now in school because you like it, it doesn't mean that you have to go in that route. You never know where things will cross over and will help you out. You know, like me, I'm like, I never wanted to practice law. I didn't want to be no lawyer, none of that. But I do acknowledge where it helps me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still able to pay back my student loans, even though I don't work in the legal field. You know what I'm saying? So keep your options open. Feel free to, I mean, I'm somebody who tends to, I spread myself a little bit thin, but it's because I love to learn. So if you're like that, don't feel like you just have to pick one route either. Dib and dabble in a little bit of different things. And I think along that process and in that journey, you'll kind of start to take some from here, from there, from here, and find your path.
Awesome. I think we have time for one. No? Oh, we don't.
Sorry.
We don't.
Sorry.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have enjoyed being your moderator. Before we leave, real quick, get your phones out real quick. Hurry up. You can follow me on social media at Tony Benton Jr., and you can follow my media source, The Rep Zone, at The Rep Zone. Drop your social media real quick before you guys leave. You already know, I'm sure Jay's. Yours.
Jay Versace. Don't follow me, I'm annoying, actually. Don't follow me.
I'm The Crafty Gemini, or just Crafty Gemini on everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube is The Crafty Gemini, and everything else Crafty Gemini, just like that.
That's B White, everything, pretty much.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our wonderful panel right here.